Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Fresh Thoughts, and today you join me by another field yet again. So today's video is slightly different. It's not going to be me kind of giving advice or talking about what's in my head so much, but it's more of a little bit of an update. And today I'm really happy because things are progressing really well. So what have I done? I've actually bought an embroidery machine. So I bought quite a decent one. It cost me about £1,000 and I've got some other stuff with it. Hasn't arrived yet. I think it should arrive potentially tomorrow, so that's quite cool. So I've been doing some design work, designing some patches and things to see, just so we're kind of ready. I've been talking to a few people about some potential collaborations, and it's just really good news that this has kind of happened. And then I was kind of trying to roll with that, and I was just trying to what was I doing? So I thought, we need to sort out the domain for the website essentially. So I thought, well, what can I do? I really want to stick with the whole INON premise because I like what INON stands for. INON for me stands for it's now or never, and I kind of like living like that and living by that to a certain degree. So I thought, okay, well, let's do some domain searches and see what I can find. And inon.com has been taken by some other company, and then loads of other INONs have been taken, and I don't know what it means to them, but it doesn't matter. But one I could have was inonstore.com. And okay, yeah, it's slightly longer than our INON presence, but my other website is called inonpro.com, which kind of stands for INON Productions. And I thought INON Store had a real nice ring to it. When I first saw it, I thought, oh yeah, that sounds interesting. I could have had inon.store, but I felt like that kind of broke it up, and that just didn't have a good vibe to it. But inonstore.com I thought had a nice ring to it, because in conversation with different people I can say, oh, head over to the INON store and see the new merch, or see the new designs, or see what's going on. And to say to clients and things, to say, oh, well, on the INON store you can do this, and on the INON store we do this. I think it just had like a real nice vibe to it. So it's kind of, for me, added another sort of string to the bow and another level of just coolness, because to a certain degree, for it to be called INON Store rather than just INON sounds quite cool, because I was thinking of a way of splitting it up, and I was trying to think of a way of having it as two different categories. So I've got the INON Productions, which is all like the film, animation and projection stuff, and how can I kind of categorise a shop out the side of that, or how can I make another side? Do I have a bit off that website and then that's kind of the shop? And I thought, well, that doesn't really, that feels a little bit gimmicky. It doesn't really feel right. It doesn't feel like it's its own entity. It feels like it's just an add-on. So how can I kind of make it its own entity, which this clothing brand is? So let's just call it INON Store, and then on the tags and the logos it can just have INON. So for me, that works, and it feels great. It felt really good. I had like a long chat with a really good friend of mine this morning. We were talking about just how we were both developing, where we were going. I was kind of talking to him about my sort of business model for the company, that side of things, and we kind of had quite a lot of back and forth, and it made me feel really good. And then we both felt really positive after our conversation. And it helps that we're quite positive people anyway, so it just kind of bouncing off one another just really has a good vibe. And I can't stress that enough, that to get positive people around you, it does really help you, and it makes you feel really good, and you bounce off that. So if you've got negative people around you, maybe just don't talk to them about your big plans, just associate with them as and when you can, and then maybe not a lot, but yeah, as of the grand scheme of things, I feel like we've made a lot of progression today. I've also had a video call with a client today about an animated video that I'm currently making and designing for them. They really like the storyboard ideas, they like the test images that I'd been playing around with, and it's great. It feels really good. It feels really good to be in the space I'm at right now, because everything's quite doom and gloom. And even building up, like last week was quite doom and gloom for me, because I just felt like there wasn't a lot going on, you know. I felt like my actual production was a lot of thinking about stuff, thinking about processes, and a lot about planning, and I wasn't seeing the goals, and I wasn't seeing the gains, and I wasn't seeing any sort of feedback per se for that stuff. And that's why my videos and things before, where I talk about setting goals and things that you can kind of get achievements and then kind of get satisfaction off them fairly quick, feels good. So I feel like this kind of, we're coming to the end, it's the weekend at the moment, and I feel like I've seen some rewards today, and it's made me feel really good, and it's given me yet again another spur to just keep slogging on and keep pushing on, and just seeing where we can go with this. So yeah, I hope this little update has resonated with someone. I know this is a little bit egotistic of me, because I'm just talking about how I feel today. I feel really good, and yeah, until the next one, see you soon.